Hi, listeners, and welcome back to The Good Pod. Today, we are exploring the final bridge of our vocational journey, Tier 3. This is where our neighbors move into the wider community to build long-term careers. Today, I'm joined by Ronnie, the general manager at Logo Boss, a local family-owned business that has become an incredible partner to Goodness Village. Logo Boss currently employs 3 of our neighbors, one who has been a steady part of their team since 2023, and 2 others who have crossed the year-and-a-half mark. Ronnie, you are the one working side by side with them every day, and we are so grateful for your partnership. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to get to talk to you guys and, kind of talk about what you guys do here and how we can assist in the community.
Nice. So, Ronnie, your father-in-law started this business back in the 90s with an antique engraver. And for those who haven't been to the shop like myself, what does a typical busy day at Logo Boss look like for you as a supervisor?
Well, I mean, a lot of it is chaos. You can say that. So to give, people some background on what we do branded merchandise, basically. So anything that's engraved, screen printed, embroidered, all those types of things we do in-house. So really my role is kind of just running air traffic control and making sure that those planes land where they're supposed to. But a lot of days it's like, it feels like you're in a kitchen and there's a lot of moving parts and people are yelling at each other and trying to get things moving. But we do the best that we can. We got a great staff that helps with that too. So.
Really good analogies. I was thinking of Gordon Ramsay and Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, absolutely. You're yelling corner every 2 seconds and people are running through there with a bunch of different things. So
okay, cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, thanks for that insight. So we kind of have some background.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a neighbor who's been a steady part of your team since 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe he's the first neighbor who has entered the Tier 3 program. So it was very much a learning opportunity for everybody involved.
Mm-hmm.
So from your perspective as the supervisor, what would you say is the biggest change you've seen in a person's confidence once they've been in a stable professional environment like yours?
Yeah, I think that it is really interesting to see how they kind of open up over time. And a lot of it is, just having like a solid place for them to be. And a lot of the stuff that we do there is fairly task oriented. And so an individual can, put their headphones in and do the same repeated task over and over again. And so there is a lot of stability with the type of work we do. But then, I think we're about 3 years in on this individual, and like to see from like year 1 to year 2, they start to open up a little bit. And then, year 3, it's like, you finally get to see like who this person really is. And, the personality, and you see that confidence build over time. And it's very rewarding for us to see, but you just feel happy for that person that they feel comfortable. So
nice. Thank you for sharing that and sharing that it's kind of like different levels. Like year 1 to year 2 is different. Year 2 to year 3 is different. And it really just comes with the stable environment and constantly building rapport and relationships.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we're not going to force anyone to do anything that they're not comfortable with. And we make sure that they know that. And so we have an open door policy, at least I do. So I encourage everyone who has any issues or has something that they're struggling with to come talk to me. And hopefully that, I try not to set myself apart from anyone we work with, so that we're all in this together, and hopefully I hope that they feel the same way.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, that's a perfect segue to my next question. I mentioned earlier that Logo Boss is a family business, and you guys truly have a family first culture at your guys' establishment. How would you say that you help a neighbor feel like they aren't just an employee, but a member of a community?
I think that, like I said, the open door policy goes a long way. And then I try to get back and work alongside them in the warehouse as much as I possibly can.
Nice.
And, just try to treat them like their peers. And then we also, we have a good staff who who kind of coordinates different events. So they're always mingling with each other and talking to each other. And then, they always, I try to make sure everybody understands that mistakes happen. Everyone messes up in their job. Like I mess up every single day. So any mistake that they're going to make is not bigger than any mistake that I've made. So, and I think that your actions reveal that. And like, myself and then our owner, Tim, we're not going to come in the back and scream at anyone. So I think that having that welcoming environment and making sure that people feel cared for is obviously first and foremost. And then you can get down to kind of the respect that we need to have for one another. And once they respect you, I respect them. I think work is a lot easier that way. So
nice. It sounds like a very compassionate work environment.
Yeah, we try to be that way. And then, like you said, with the family, so the owner is my father-in-law, and so I'm married to his daughter, and then we have a little one who's about 18 months old. So he's running around there, and then my sister-in-law has 3 little ones that run around there. So
nice.
There's family coming in and out all the time, and so I think everybody sees that, and it feels like home.
Yeah,
So.
It really adds to everything that you guys have going on.
Yep, exactly.
Amazing.
Yep.
Now I have to go. It's making me want to be there.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
So I'm sure that you've heard, like a lot of other people, that there's a misconception that people who have experienced homelessness sometimes aren't willing to work. After overseeing our neighbors on your shop floor for over a year now, what has your experience been like with their work ethic and their desire to show up and contribute to the culture you have?
Yeah, I mean, I would attest to it being the absolute opposite of that misconception, because I've had nothing but positive experiences with like punctuality, wanting to work hard, always asking like, what else can I do?
Nice.
And it's not like surprising to me. My personal background, like I'm from a very small town in Washington State, and it's a fairly depressed area. And so we had, industries leave the area. And so there was a lot of people without jobs, people on government assistance, what have you. And not all entirely in their control. And, sometimes things can spiral out of control in someone's personal life, but you see those things happen, but that's still, those people need care, and those people just need a support system. And I think if you can be that and try to positively influence their lives and give them somewhere to be, I think that goes a long way. So.
Thank you for the wording that you chose when you said sometimes things spiral out of control. That's just taking the responsibility off of them to fix their own situation, because sometimes things happen that we really have no control over.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then like, you take anyone out of a situation that they're in, not by their choice. And there's no telling. Like me personally, I can't tell you what I would do if all of a sudden I lost my job, I lost my family.
Right.
I lost any support system I had. I can't imagine that. And so I can only imagine what those people go through. So.
Switching gears a little bit, you check in regularly with our vocational manager, Terry. She's a very amazing person.
Yes,
she did not pay me to say that. How does that partnership with the village and your communication with Terry help you as a supervisor if a neighbor maybe hits a bump in the road or needs a little extra support?
Yeah, it makes my job like way easier. Like I can just check in with Terry if I feel like I have a pretty good radar when it comes to people and how they are normally, and if something might be off. So it's extremely helpful to have her, because if I feel like something's off, I can give her a call, and I know that the person that I may be having questions about, I know that they have a support system and someone like Terry to check in on them to make sure that things are all right. So I'm very grateful for that relationship, and it just makes my life easier. So
nice.
Yeah, Terry's great.
She is pretty great. Yeah. So you have been one of the first companies that we've done something like this with.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something that you could say to another company or maybe another CEO or supervisor or somewhere
Mm-hmm.
who's listening to this episode who's on the fence about maybe making a partnership like this with us or hiring somebody from our village?
Yeah, I think at least from my perspective, like it has all been extremely positive. And if you're on the fence or you're worried about some of the misconceptions, um, I would be happy to attest to that not being the case. And I would jump in, you know. And I think, especially if you're local here, um, I do feel like it's our responsibility to kind of cultivate and assist the community in any way that we possibly can. So, if you have people in the community that need support or they want to work, they want to get back on their feet, I mean, that's our responsibility to help them because we're in a position to offer that assistance. So, yeah, I've had nothing but positive experiences with this program with Goodness Village, and I couldn't sing your guys' praises enough. So I would just say jump in.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that you said local because all of our neighbors have been in the Tri-Valley all of their lives or a good chunk of their lives. So it'd be amazing to have local businesses support the people who are local.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's what we're here for. You know, above all else, we're all neighbors. And you can get lost in the day-to-day and the bottom line. That's very easy to do. But if you've got an opening and you've got, you know, something for an individual who needs help, then why not?
Right.
That's what I would say. So.
Well, thank you, Ronnie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before we let you go, I have a quick fun segment for you.
Okay.
That I called the brand identity.
Okay.
These are just a few questions. Answer the first thing that comes to your mind about life at the shop. Okay. What's the first thing you do when you walk through the doors in the morning?
I'm usually jumping on the phone with some of our employees who are remote or they need some special assistance with projects that they're working on. But that's typically what I'm doing first thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that people sometimes pop their headphones in.
Yeah.
I know that sometimes on TV I'll see like an assembly line type situation. Maybe there's a radio playing or something.
Yeah.
So at Logo Boss, is it the sound of the machines or a specific radio station that keeps the energy up?
We do have both going on. I will say that our embroidery department, they're always playing the Spanish music station. So that definitely keeps the morale up. You get a little bit of some Bad Bunny playing in there.
Nice.
And everybody's vibing to that. So it's a nice environment.
Okay, cool.
Especially when, you know, all the departments have things going on at the same time. It can kind of lighten the mood. So, nice. Yeah. So that's their responsibility. They're the culture officers back there.
Setting the vibes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and I can attest that Spanish music is very productive. Hunter and I were listening to cumbias today.
Okay. All right. Yes, absolutely.
In the shop, do you prefer to be hands-on at the machine with the team, or do you prefer to give them the goal and let them run with it?
I love to let them run with it. Nice. They all have a very specific set of skills that I cannot even attempt. So you couldn't put me on an embroidery machine or a laser or a screen printing machine, and I would have no idea what to do. So I really rely on them for that. So they make me look good, and so they're I definitely rely on them.
Nice. I'm glad you put so much trust and you feel so confident in your team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they just tell me what you need, and I'll get it for you. Nice. That's my motto.
What is your favorite piece of branded gear you've ever seen the shop produce?
You know, we literally just did a project like 2 weeks ago, and it was for a company based. They're actually based in New York, but they're a cyber security company, and their theme is like very space thematic. So we made some these custom pillows that look like a spaceship. And then I don't know if anybody's familiar with like Labubu, but you get the little box and then you open it up and then there's a little person inside. So we did a little box like that. It's like a mystery box. And so this company was at an event, and so they have like 3 different options and you don't know what you're getting. So we made some of those custom boxes with custom keychains and socks inside. So that was my favorite project that I've been a part of, and it was like 2 weeks ago. So that's why I'm smiling, because I'm so happy it's
still
over.
Thinking about it.
Yeah, it's over, and
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about how cool it was. So
Cool.
yeah.
Well, that's perfect for the last question. After a massive order is finally boxed up and out of the door, what is your go-to way to celebrate a job well done?
Usually I'm like, let's order up some pizza. Let's get lunch brought in for the team. We might go out, might take them out to eat or something like that. But usually that, and then, the next couple of days I might try to lay low and hang out with my 18-month-old and my wife or something like that, because things can get pretty hectic, and getting that time back is something that I enjoy. So
Nice.
yeah.
It's all about balance and food.
Yeah, exactly. Balance and food. Yeah, it's the name of the game.
Okay, I have one final thing for you before we let you go.
Okay.
I ask all of my guests this. I need you to finish this sentence.
Okay.
Being a good neighbor means?
I would say being a leader, and recognizing what your role is in the community. So if you're in a position of leadership or to offer some help, then I think that's what being a good neighbor is. And then conversely, if you're someone who needs help, it's reaching out and asking for it. So, and then kindness. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what I would say.
Good answer. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys.
Any final words for our listeners before we let you go officially?
I want to shout out Goodness Village. And obviously I want to give you guys all the props that you do, because, obviously we wouldn't have had these people come into our lives without you guys. And I look forward to keeping that relationship strong, and hopefully anybody who's listening to this find a way to get involved. And if there's volunteer opportunities, take advantage of those. So that's what I got to say.
Excellent.
Right.
Thank you so much, Ronnie. I learned so much about Logo Boss today.
All right. Absolutely. No problem, Jackie. Great talking to you.
Thank you for showing our community what it looks like to be an inclusive and supportive employer, and also very compassionate. It was very nice to hear you talk about how much trust you put in your team and how much it seems like you really love the people that are there. And as always, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to The Good Pod, share this conversation, and stay tuned for more stories. And remember, being a good neighbor isn't about where you live, it's about how you show up. Until next time. Thank you for listening to the Goodness Village podcast. Production and recording was done by the Goodness Village operations team with support from Crosswinds Church. Music was provided by Blue Dot Sessions. If you want to know more about Goodness Village, visit us at gvlivermore.org. Thanks again for listening to The Good Pod.